We're going to start laying on our back. Option to place a block under your hips if you'd like. Just rolling back, butterfly your knees open. You can bring your arms out to a T. You can cactus your arms, bending your elbows to 90. You can also rest your hands by your hips, palms facing up. If you like, you can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Maybe closing your eyes, setting an intention for class this morning. Inhales, strong exhales, filling your belly, your ribs, and lungs. Full exhale, ribs, belly, and lungs. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Holding and breathing. On your next breath, once you let every bit of air out, continue the breath. This time when you get to the top, hold your breath, seal your lips, and exhale through your nose. Filling your lungs all the way to the top. Inhale, exhale through your nose. One more breath just like that. From here, release your hands from any placement. Draw your knees together. Roll to your left or right hip. We're going to find our tabletop position. Drawing your wrists directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Tucking your toes, lifting your belly, hammock your gaze. Deep inhale, coming into cow. On the exhale, scoop and arch. Untuck your toes, round your spine up towards the ceiling. Gaze towards the tops of your thighs. Tuck your toes, deep inhale, coming through. Hammock your belly down towards the floor. Lift your gaze. As you exhale, untuck your toes. Scoop and arch, rounding your spine up towards the ceiling. Moving here with your breath a few more times. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. On your next full exhale, come back to tabletop. Maybe patter out the tops of your toes. Let's work on some wrist stretches. Spiral your fingertips towards the outer edges of your mat. Your elbow creases spiral in. You are welcome to hold it here, or you can rock side to side. Still drawing your navel in towards your spine. On the next exhale, drawing your hands towards your knees at any degree. They can be directly facing your knees. They can be at that outer edge towards your mat. From here, you're welcome to hold it just like this, enjoying this stretch. If you like a deeper stretch, you can rock your hips forwards and backwards. Come back to center. Bring your fingertips back towards the top of your mat. We're going to flip our right palm up towards the ceiling, left palm down towards the floor. Option to hold here if you'd like. Maybe rock forwards and backwards. Maybe side to side if that feels comfortable for you this morning. And then coming back to center with your right palm down towards the floor, flipping your left palm up towards the ceiling. Same options here. You are more than welcome to hold it just with your palm facing up, or you can rock side to side, maybe forwards and backwards. Maybe noticing how one wrist might feel different than the other. And then coming back, flipping your left palm over, left palm down to the floor. We're going to lift our left arm high towards the ceiling. Deep inhale. Exhale as you reach your left hand under and through the right side body. Reach with your inhale. Reach your left hand under and through. With your exhale, one more time. Deep inhale. Lift it up towards the ceiling. Open up your chest. And then bringing your left hand under and through the right side body. Hovering, holding. As you release your left hand down to the floor, release your left ear or cheek to the floor or to a block. You're welcome to hold it here. You can also extend your right arm forward. You can bind your right hand around your hip towards your left hip crease. If you have your right hand binded or extended out in front, gently release your right palm back underneath your shoulder. Reach your left arm high. Deep inhale. Exhale, reach your left hand down towards the floor directly on your shoulder. We're going to extend the right leg straight back, flex your right toes, extend your left arm forward, out in front. We're going to lift and lower for 3, and tap, and 2, and tap. Keep drawing the navel in towards the spine. Last one, we're going to hold that right leg lifted. Release your left hand back underneath your left shoulder. Lift your right leg high, up and over towards the outer edge of your left hip. Gently gazing over your left shoulder. To deepen the sensation, you can flex your right foot, pressing your heel in towards the floor, in towards the ball of your foot. To lessen the sensation, you can lift up off the ball of your foot. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up and over, placing your right knee in line with your left. Same thing for the left side. Reach your right arm high, deep inhale. Exhale, draw your right arm under and through the left side body. Inhale to reach. Exhale, reaching the right hand under and through. Inhale to reach. Last time. Good morning, Lola. Reaching your right hand under and through, holding it here. Right arm is hovering. On your next breath, extend your right arm further and release it down. Maybe releasing your right ear or cheek to the floor or block. You're welcome to keep your left hand boxed out under your shoulder. You can also extend your left arm long out in front. If you would like, you can bind your left hand around towards your right hip crease. Holding and breathing. If you had your left hand binded or extended, gently place your left hand back underneath your left shoulder. Inhale to reach your right arm up high. Exhale, place your right hand back down on your right shoulder. Extend your left leg, flexing your left foot. Extend your right arm long directly out in front of your shoulder. We're going to lift and lower for 3. And lower and tap. And 2. Exhale, lower. On your next inhale, hold that left leg lifted. We're going to place your right hand back underneath your shoulder. Rainbow that left leg up and over towards the outer edge of your right hip, gently gazing, looking over your right shoulder. You can keep the left toes flexed. That could deepen the sensation. Press into the ball of your foot and press your heel towards the floor. To lessen that sensation, ease your heel off towards the floor. On your next inhale, gently extend your leg up and release your left knee to meet the right. Back to our tabletop, just bumping your hips side to side. You can also do some barrel rolls by bringing your hands a palm print forward and drawing your hips towards your wrists, down around towards your heels. And what you do in one direction, go ahead and do it in the other direction, keeping everything symmetrical. Coming back, finding your tabletop position. We're going to walk our hands up, palm print forward, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up, coming to our first downward facing dog this morning. Maybe pedal your heels one at a time. Lifting both heels high off the floor, lower them over to the right side, feeling that stretch all along the right side body. Inhale, lift your heels, lower them over to the left side. Inhale, lift one more time, pedal the heels. Gently releasing both your heels towards the floor. Lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hip, opening up that right hip. Maybe circle out your right ankle. Option to gaze out underneath your left armpit towards your right ankle. Square out the hips, three-legged dog. Draw your knee to your nose. Kick it back. Knee to right elbow. Kick it back. Knee to left elbow. Kick it back. Draw your knee in towards your nose, round your spine, and then step through between your palms. Just gonna switch sides. So when I open up, I face you guys. Holding it here, both your toes are facing forward. As you inhale, rise up, coming into high crescent. Your back heel is lifted, deep into your front right knee, shoulders stacked over your hips. Inhale, lengthen, maybe spiral your pinky in toward one another. Exhale, hinge forward, sweep your arms back, chest towards your knee. Inhale, lift. 3 more just like this. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift. Beautiful work. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift. All right, on the next one, we're going to hold the hinge forward. Keep the arms back, lift the arms up. Palms facing in. We're going to draw the arms in front. So you're almost like you're preparing for warrior 3. From here, we're going to pivot the back left toes, open up, warrior 2. Maintain that deep bend into your front right knee. Chest is lifted. Pressing into that knife edge of your left foot. Inhale, straighten your right leg, coming a big star. Deep bend into that front right knee. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend, open warrior 2. 2 more. And exhale. All right, find that deepest bend here. Pulling into warrior 2. Inhale, on your exhale, reverse your warrior. Tuck your left hand behind your right hip crease. You can also bring that left hand down the outer left leg. High five that wall behind you with your right hand. Inhale, come through warrior 2. Exhale, find extended side angle. Right hand to your right knee. You can place your right hand on the block of the inside of your right foot. You can bring your hand down towards the floor. You can hover that right arm in space. Maybe bring it forward. Challenge yourself here. Really think about spiraling your chest open, stacking your top shoulder over your left, over your bottom. Holding and breathing. On your next inhale, straighten that front right leg, coming into triangle. Left arm up, right arm down. Right hand can be hovering in space. You can place it on that block or place it onto the floor. Your gaze can be down towards your right foot. If you want to challenge your balance, lift your gaze up towards your left fingertips. Think about spiraling your left shoulder open. Maybe back towards the wall behind you. On your next inhale, reverse your triangle. Left hand behind your back, down the outer left leg. High five that wall behind you. Legs stay straight. On your next exhale, cartwheel down, bend into your front right knee. Pivot your left toes. Keeping your left hand to the inside of your right foot or on a block, reach your right arm high. Gaze can be up or down. Circle out your right wrist. Circle out your shoulder forwards and backwards. Keep your right arm high. We're going to rise up, stack our shoulders over our hips, tee out your arms. High lunge with a twist. Holding and breathing. On your next inhale, draw your arms up high overhead. Seal that back right heel down, coming into warrior one. Bend into that front right knee. Optional hold it here. You can draw your right hand back to the inside of your left leg, coming into exalted warrior. Option to keep your gaze forward or gaze up, maybe towards the wall behind you. Draw your right arm up if you had it extended back. Bring back to warrior one. Maintain that bend to the front knee. We're going to step the left foot to meet the right, coming into chair. You can keep your arms overhead. You can cactus your arms. We're going to pulse it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding here. We're going to swan dive forward, forward fold. Hands to feet, half lift, hands to shins. Back to a forward fold. Slowly rise up all the way to the top, slow and controlled. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Steeple grip, bind your hands, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. Legs are zipped together. Bump your hips to the left, hands to the right. Come through center. Deep inhale, exhale, bump your hips to the right, hands to the left. Come back to center. From here, we are going to come into warrior 3. So kick your left leg back. You can have a bend to that front right foot. You can also place your hands on that block. You want to bring your body down to a T. So bring your upper body down, lift the left leg high. Left leg is straight, flex your left foot. Your hips are in line. Imagine your hips are those headlights guiding you along the way. You can also bring your hands back behind your hips, coming into bird. You can bring your hands to prayer. Again, hands can come to that block or imaginary block. Go ahead and step your left leg back, bringing your hands, framing your right foot. Step your right leg back, coming into high plank. You can lower your knees at any time. We're going to lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way down. Untuck your toes, give me 1 mini cobra. Release down. Walk your hands under your lowest rib cage. Press that full cobra. Coming through tabletop or tuck your toes. Pressing your hips up, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. We're going to repeat that exact same flow with the left leg. Keep those heel pedals going. Find your breath. Biceps, frame your ears here. All right, lower your heels to the floor. They do not have to touch. Deep inhale, lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your left hip directly over your right. Hold it here or circle out your right ankle. Option to gaze out, your left ankle. Option to gaze out underneath your right armpit. Bring your gaze back to the tops of your thighs. Extend your left leg high, three-legged dog. Square out your hips. Tuck your knee to your nose. Kick it back, three-legged dog. Knee to same elbow. Exhale, kick it back. Knee to opposite elbow. Kick it back. Draw your knees back to your nose. Round your spine. And then step your left foot in between your palms. Holding here, hands can be on the floor or on blocks. Catch your breath. On your next inhale, rise up. High crescent, stacking your shoulders directly over your hips. Both of your feet are facing forward, high crescent lunge. Your back heel is lifted, pressing into the ball of your right foot. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe spiral your pinky creases in. Another deep inhale. On your exhale, pivot your right toes, open up warrior two. You're pressing to that knife edge, the outer edge of your right foot. Maintain that deep into your front left knee. Arms are out to a T. Deep inhales. Deep exhales. On your next inhale, bring your arms up high, straighten that front left leg. Big star, bend to that left knee. Back to warrior two. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Two more. Beautiful work. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. All right, I want you to bend the deepest you have in that left knee. Commit to that bend. Reverse your warrior, tuck your right hand behind your back or down your right leg. Left arm comes up high overhead. High five that wall behind you. Stacking your top shoulder over your bottom. Inhale. Exhale, come through warrior two. Come into extended side angle. Right arm up overhead. You can place that left hand directly onto your left thigh. You can hover that left arm out. You can draw it in front. You can hover that left hand in space. You can place it on a block to the inside of your left foot or place it onto the floor. Holding here and breathing. Extended side angle. Deep inhales. Deep exhales. On your next inhale, straighten that front left leg, find your triangle, right arm up towards the ceiling, left hand down, hovering in space on that block, maybe towards the floor. Holding and breathing. Draw your thighs towards one another, squeeze your glutes. To challenge your balance, bring your gaze up towards your right hand. You're also more than welcome to look down towards your left foot. To open up your chest more, spiral your right arm back. On your next inhale, rise up, big star, and reverse your triangle, right hand behind your back or down your right leg, whichever you prefer. High five that wall behind you with your left hand. Deep inhale. On your next exhale, bend into that left knee, cartwheel down, framing your left foot, hands to the floor or to blocks. Pivot your right toes so they're facing the same direction as your left foot. Keep your right hand to the floor or block inside that left foot. Reach your left arm high. Gaze can be up or down. You're also welcome to lower that back right knee at any time. Circle out your wrist. Circle out your shoulder forwards and backwards. Hold that left arm high. On your next inhale, rise up, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Tee out your arms. Very nice. All right, draw the arms up high overhead. So with your shoulders stacked over your hips, seal that back right foot down, coming into warrior one. Option to hold it here, or you can keep that right hand up and sweep your left arm back to the inside of your right leg. Gaze can be forward, gaze can be up, or you can hinge back, challenging your balance. On your next inhale, everyone come up to warrior one, left arm comes up high. We're going to bend into that front left knee, step your right foot to meet the left. Hold it here and chair, tuck your hips under. Don't stick your booty out. Option to keep your biceps towards your ears, arms overhead. You can also cactus the arms, spreading the fingertips nice and wide. Wherever you're at, pulse it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, swan dive forward. Hands towards your feet or a block. Half lift, hands to shins, crown of your head pulling away from your body. Back to a forward fold. Gently roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. When you get to the top, sweep your arms up high overhead. Find your hand, steeple grip, unleash your index fingers, cross your thumbs. Hips to the right, hands to the left. Inhale, come through center. On the exhale, above your hips to the left, hands to the right. Come back through center. Swan dive forward. Hands to feet. Step that right leg back. Step your left leg back. Option to lower the knees at any time. Elbows stay tucked in, coming down for 3, 2, and 1. With your hands directly under your shoulders, press up to me, 1 mini cobra. Release down. Walk your hands back towards your lowest rib cage. Full cobra, pressing up. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. All right. Let's flow through that a little bit faster. Pile the heels, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog, bend your left knee, stack your hip, circle out your right ankle, square out your hips, extend your right leg straight back, draw your knee to your nose, kick it back, knee to same elbow, kick it back, knee to opposite elbow, kick it back, tuck your knee to your chest, hold it here, step through, rise up, high crescent, holding and breathing, sweep your arms back, hinge forward, inhale, lift, exhale, arms back, 2 more times, inhale, lift, exhale, hinge forward, 1 more. All right, hold the hinge forward, hold the arms back, sweep your arms in front, pivot your left foot, sweep your left arm up and over. Warrior 2. Lift and lower for 4. And bend. 3. Deeper bend each time. 2 more. All right, hold it here. Reverse your warrior, tuck your left hand behind your back or down your leg. Commit to that bend in your front right knee. Come through warrior 2. Extended side angle. Holding and breathing. All right, you're welcome to hold it here if you'd like. You can bend into that front right knee, coming into half moon. Bring your right hand to the floor or a block. Lift your left leg high. Flex your left toes. If you're in half moon, gently bend to that right knee. Step down, coming back to extended side angle. Straighten that front right leg, coming in a triangle. On your inhale, rise up, big star. Reverse your triangle, tuck your left hand behind your back. Bend into your front right knee as you cartwheel down. Coming into low lunge. Keep your left hand to the inside, your right foot on the floor or blocks with your right arm high. Circle your wrist. Circle your shoulder forwards and backwards. On your next inhale, tee out the arms, rise up, shoulders stacked over your hips. Seal that left heel down, rise up, warrior 1. So your back foot to the 45-degree angle, right foot's forward. Option to hold it here, you can release your right hand to the inside of your back thigh, lifting up, exalted warrior. Everyone bring their arms back up, main warrior 1. From here, we're going to step that left foot to meet the right. Pulse it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, from here, step it back. We're going to swan dive forward, half lift, hands to shins. Bring it down, gently roll up slowly. Sweep your arms up high overhead, steeple grip. Release your index fingers. Hips to left, hands to right, biceps, frame your ears. Come through center on the inhale. Exhale, hips to right, hands to left, come back to center. All right, we're gonna find that warrior 3. Hinge forward. Micro bend to that front right foot, kick your left leg back. You can also bring your hands down to the floor. On your next inhale, gently draw that left knee up, standing mountain. Keep your arms up. So your arms are directly up, left knee is lifted, left foot's flexed. All right, we're gonna step that left foot back, coming into low lunge. Hands frame your right foot, hands to the floor or a block. Step your right leg back, high plank tabletop, or come in a three-legged dog and find your flow. Coming down, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing up. Coming through tabletop or directly downward facing dog, pedal your heels. All right, let's repeat that on the left side. Downward facing dog, pedal the heels. Holding and breathing. Keep it going. All right, on your next inhale, lift your left leg high, three-legged dog, stack your left hip over your right, bending your right knee. Circle out your left ankle. Square out your hips. Kick your left leg straight back. Draw your knee to your nose. Kick it back. Exhale, knee to same elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Knee to opposite elbow. Kick it back. Draw your knee to your nose. Hold it here, round your spine, and then step your left foot in between your palms. Once you catch your balance, rise up. High crescent. Oh, we didn't hinge forward and back on the side. Whew. All right, let's do it 8 times this time. So your front knee is bent. Your back right foot's facing forward. Heel is lifted. Hinge forward. Sweep your arms back. And rise up. Inhale, hinge back. Inhale to rise. Exhale, sweep back. Keep it going. Inhale to rise. Draw it back. 2 more. Inhale to rise. Belly's lifted off of that thigh. Using your core to engage. All right, last one. Exhale, hinge forward, arms sweep back. Draw your arms forward as you hold the hinge over your left thigh. Pivot your right toes. Rainbow that right arm up and open. Open up to warrior 2. Deep bend into that front left leg. We're going to lift and lower for 4. And bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale to bend. 2 more. Stay with it. Very nice. All right, last one. I want you to make it the deepest bend in that front left knee that you've done yet. Holding and breathing. Shoulders stacked over your hips. This is not on my playlist. Keep it going. Holding and breathing. Arms stay out to a T. All right, maintain that bend in your front left knee. Bring your right hand behind. Reverse. High five that wall behind you. You can also bring your right hand down the outer right leg. Come through warrior 2 on your inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Left hand towards your left thigh. Maybe hovering in space. You can draw it forward. Reach it down to the floor. You can tap the floor or block. Your top shoulder stacked directly over your bottom. You are welcome to hold it here in extended side angle. If you like to come in a half moon, bend into that left leg. Bring your left hand down to the floor or block. Right arm comes up high. Extend that right leg high. Flex your right toes. If you're in extended side angle, hold it there. If you're in half moon, bend into your front left knee. Step your right leg down, meeting back in extended side angle. From here, straighten your front left leg. Coming in a triangle, right arm comes up, left arm down. Really stack your top shoulder on top of your bottom. If you like to deepen that sensation, rotate that right shoulder open. On your next inhale, come through big star. Reverse your triangle, right hand behind your back or down your right leg. Left hand high fives the wall behind you. On your next inhale, cartwheel down, framing your left foot, pivot your right toes towards the same direction of your left. Hands to the floor, hands to the blocks. Keep your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Sweep your your left arm high. Circle out your wrist. Circle out your shoulder. Hold the left arm high. Open up the arms, tee out the arms, shoulders stacked over your hips. We're going to take the left arm up. Seal that back right foot towards the floor, coming into warrior one. Your right toes are at 45. Maintain that bend in your front left knee. Biceps towards your ears. Option to hold it here if you'd like to come into exalted warrior. Release your left hand to the inside of your back leg, opposite leg. Option to stay forward, or you can lift your gaze. Everyone meet back in warrior one. Biceps to ears. From here, we're going to bend into that left knee deeper. Step your right foot to meet the left, coming to chair. Tuck your hips under. Pulse it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. Arms come up high overhead. Bind your hands. Unrelease your index fingers. Hips to the right, hands to the left. Come through center. Hips to the left, hands to the right. Come back through center. All right, from here, we're going to kick that right leg back, coming into warrior 3. You can keep, so with one side that I'm more wobbly on, it's this side. You can always kick that leg back. You can bring your hands down to the floor or to blocks. You want your hips squared, so not like half moon where we opened up the hips. You want those hips to be squared, facing down. Imagine that they are those headlights guiding you. Your right leg is straight back. Your toes are flexed down. Hands can be out in front for warrior 3. You can also place your hands to the floor or blocks. You can bring your hands to your hips, pinkies end for bird. Wherever you're at, on your next inhale, rise up, standing mountain. Right toes are flexed. Deep inhale. On your exhale, kick your right leg straight back, coming into low lunge. Hands frame your left foot. Option to step your left foot back, coming into high plank or tabletop and coming down. Or you can flow, three-legged dog, and then coming down for 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, mini cobra. Release down, walk your hands towards your lowest rib. Full cobra. Tuck your toes, coming through tabletop or downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Put your right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stack your hips. Draw your right knee in towards your right wrist, coming into half pigeon. Release your left knee to the floor, and then sweep and draw your left foot back behind you. Option to place a block under your hips. Many options here. You can walk your hands back towards your hips, coming upright. Squeeze your glutes to open up your hamstring. You can also roll forward, placing your hands or your forearms on blocks and then coming down. Personally, as a hip opener, I like to roll side to side. Maybe tap your right hip to the outer right side and then drawing your hips over to the left. Finding what feels good to you today on this side. You can also thread the needle, left elbow up, draw it under and through the right side body. Maybe placing your left ear cheek to the floor, just how we started. You can extend that right arm or bind it around towards your left hip crease. Now my dog's gonna join me. Just holding and breathing wherever you're at. Thread the needle, hands down to the floor, blocks, hands to your hips, upper body upright. On your next inhale, gently walk your hands towards your knees. You're welcome to hold it here if you'd like that additional hamstring stretch. You can bend into your left knee and reach your right arm back. You can also grab that strap if you would like, wrap it around your left foot, pulling your glutes. If you have that left knee bent, go ahead and release it back to the floor. Tuck your left toes, walk your hands directly under your shoulders, come back, three-legged dog. Circle out that foot. If you would like, you can also flip your dog. I think I have enough space. Pivot on that outer knife edge of your left foot and draw your right foot down to your outer left hip. Extend your arm out in front. Press your hips up towards the ceiling. And then come back, flipping your dog back over. Coming back to downward facing dog, pedal the heels. All right, let's repeat half pitch on the other side. Lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your hip, and then draw your left knee behind your left wrist. Release your right knee going down to the floor, and then scoot your right leg back, opening up your hips more. You can always place a block underneath your hips. Option to walk your hands towards the center line of your body. Squeeze your glutes to open up your hamstrings. Maybe gaze up, look up. You can also walk your hands out on the floor or on blocks. Hands or forearms to the floor or blocks. If you'd like to deepen that hip stretch that I love so much, you can rock your outer left hip to the left side and then right hip towards the floor, just rolling side to side, finding what feels good to you today. Maybe different on the left side than the right. Holding and breathing. Great use of a strap bill. You can also thread the needle on this side if you'd like. Bring your right arm up, draw it under and through the left side body. You are welcome to bring your right ear or right cheek to the floor. Wherever you're at, finding your position, bringing your hands under your shoulders, walking your hands towards your hips, rolling upright. You're welcome to stay here if you like. You can grab that strap, place it around your right foot, and draw your right heel in towards your glutes. You can also reach your left hand back towards the foot, bringing that foot in towards your glutes. Well, fun fact, if I do this in the beginning of a class, any practice, I cannot reach my foot, only at the end. Alright, if you have that right foot bent, go ahead and release it back down to the floor. Place your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your right toes. Lift your hips up, coming to three-legged dog. Circling out that left knee. If you would like to flip your dog on this side, move over so you guys can see. Bend that left knee and then spiral your left foot towards your outer right hip and then release that foot down. You're on that knife edge, that outer edge, the pinky edge of your right foot. Press your hips forward, extend your left arm back. If you flipped your dog, go ahead and come back. Finding downward facing dog, pedal your heels. From here, gently release your knees to the floor. Swing your left or right hip down. Coming to a seated position, your knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Extend your arms out in front, palms facing in. We're going to slowly roll back for 10, 9, 8, think the slower the better, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.5, 2, and 1, releasing all the way down. Once you get there, extend your arms and legs long, opposite directions, tiny arch in your back. Enjoying that stretch. Then draw your knees to your chest, curl yourself into a tiny ball. Chin the chest. Release your shoulders back down towards the floor. You can grab the back sides of your thighs, keeping your knees in towards your chest, and extend your legs up, coming to happy baby. You can also grab the outer edge of your foot, that knife edge of each foot, coming to happy baby and rolling side to side. You can wrap a strap around your arches of both of your feet and hold on to that strap in the center. Many variations here. Happy baby, maybe rolling side to side. From here, extend your left leg long. Keep your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Draw your right heel in towards your glute. Flex your left foot. Circle out your right ankle. Point flex. With your left hand, grab the outer side of your right knee. Release your right hand down to the floor. And then pull your right knee across the left side of your body, coming to supine twist. Feeling looking over your right shoulder. Holding here and breathing. You can place a block under that right knee, off to your left hip if that's more comfortable. Coming back to the center, right knee stays in towards your right hip, your right shoulder, circling out your right ankle, and then switching sides. Right leg long, left knee in towards your left shoulder, trying to avoid that rib cage. Draw your left heel in close to your glute, point flex, circle out that left ankle. Actively flex your right toes up towards the ceiling. Your right hand, grab the outside of your left knee, release your left hand to your left thigh, and then pull your left knee gently over to the right side of your body, gently releasing that left knee down. You can place your left knee on a block, maybe looking over your left shoulder. You can extend that left arm long to a broken T. You can also cactus that arm, bending your elbow, palm facing up. Trying to keep both shoulders on the floor, but of course not forcing it. To center, draw your left knee back in towards your left shoulder, circling your ankle. Draw both knees in towards your chest, curl yourself into a tiny ball once more. Release your shoulders down to the floor. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling, one at a time or both together. Lift your hands up towards your toes, point, flex, circle out your ankle, circle out your wrist, legs up the wall. Gently releasing one leg or both legs at the same time, lower to the floor. Heels to touch, toes fall open, the slower the better. Releasing your palms by your side, pinkies in, palms facing up. Squeezing everything, squeeze your toes, your calves, your thighs, your glutes. Clench your fists, squeeze your biceps, your shoulders, crunch your shoulders up towards your ears, and then release everything. Again, through your mouth. Toes, wiggle your fingers. Extend your arms overhead, taking up space. Roll to your left or right side, curl your knees into your chest. Boxing out your top hand, press yourself up, finding a comfortable seated position. You can bring your soles to touch. You can bring your legs crisscross applesauce, bringing your hands to the tops of your thighs for easy pose. You can also bring your hands to heart center. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me this morning. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, rest of your weekend. Namaste.